Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. So I'm shooting this intro, tried to get farther away from the hives, but it didn't work. The wind's out of the east and it's blowing my scent right over them hives. And I got headhunters up here after me. So the bees are pissed because I pulled 5 or 6 splits to get those wildflower meadow queens all situated. And 2 of them I pulled split out of a strong hive with the original queen and moved her out, and I just requeened them with the wildflower meadows queen. And when you pull splits out of really strong hives, boy, they get pissy, and they've been that way for a while. I can't even walk by here, and they'll run me off. So they'll be grumpy for a while, and they'll calm down. It'll be all right. But so today, this quick little video. While I was getting my splits all done that evening, I noticed a little micro swarm on the bottom of one of my hives. So I made a short little video on that, getting them in there. So basically banking that queen. So I pulled a split from, I think it was hive 15, and without a queen, and I introduced that virgin into that with a clip. So she's been in there 3 days, and I need to get her released. So that's what this video is going to be. So I got her over here in hive 31. It's a Nuke split, and got a little top jar feeder on there. I was able to build me 3 top feeders with the hole, so I could put a jar on top instead of using that entrance feeder. That's a little better. So I built me 3 of those. It's got one of those on there. I just got my frame feeders in from Man Lake. I ordered 10 of them, so I might start putting some of those in some of these and get rid of that. I don't like that. And I also had some suggestions from a couple of folks to use a 5-gallon bucket with a little spigot to do my feeding instead of pouring it out. So I did do that. So some good advice there. I did have these. I had some bigger ones. I got this smaller one. I went ahead and ordered it. So it came with the gaskets and everything. So that'll make it a lot easier. And I don't have to put it in 1-gallon jugs and pour it that way either. So that's going to work good. And I had a bright idea that has to do with feeding. So I bought the thing that I'm going to use, and I just got to put it all together. So I'm good at buying stuff and having projects in the waiting, and I'm not good about following through and getting them done. So hopefully I can get that done and show you that. It's going to be cool, I think. So we'll give that a try. Let's get into hive 31 and let that queen go. Okay, so here's our little Nuke. I don't see any bees on the entrance whatsoever, so this may be a total bust. So I had a couple frames of brood in here, and that queen was in there in a clip with what was left of that little micro swarm. So let's open her up. Yeah, this hive right here, number 28. It's one I pulled the queen out of, and I moved her down there a ways. Anyway, that hive was super hot, man. It ate me up. It was crazy. So these bees, they're buzzing me, probably coming out of there. They didn't consume a whole lot of this sugar water here, so that may be because of low population. It might be because that lid doesn't have a lot of holes, or good holes, for them to get the nectar out of. This is one of the lids I made. I didn't paint it, didn't have time. Well, there's a few bees in there. It's not busting with bees. Oh yeah, that doesn't look too bad. So we got 4 frames in there, and there's our queen clip. So the way they're acting with that queen clip, our queen's still in there and good. So they're hanging out there, you know, saying, "Come out." All right. So there's no queen to look for here, right? Because she's in this clip, and she's a virgin queen. she has not been mated. See if I can spot her in there before I go messing with it. Yeah, I see her. She's right there. She's in the top, right around here. Yeah, she's in there. So she needs to get out and mate. So I will close this together now, and maybe we'll see her walk out here. I'll get zoomed in on this thing. Get her spotted before I open it. Okay, I spot her. She's on my right hand side. She's right at the entrance. There she goes. Bam! Right down in there. So I could put one of my frame feeders in here. I'll go ahead and let them finish this jar up first. Or I'll just dump that frame feeder in the jar. When I built these nukes out of this OSB, one thing I should have done different is paint these tops to keep water from getting in there. They're starting to delaminate a little bit around in there because water leaches in when it rains. I knew these wouldn't last long, and I didn't have any, preconceptions that they would last forever. They were scrap wood left over from when they built our house, so I thought instead of just letting it go to waste, I'd try and make some nukes out of it. I'm just going to dump what's left of this in there. I think the reason they didn't take much of it, there's not a whole lot of holes in this, and they're a little bitty. You can see where they rubbed the paint off trying to get in there. I have some other lids that have a lot more holes. These work. They can take a quart down in a day with that. If it's a strong nuke, which this is not a strong nuke. This is a medium strong nuke. We're just banking this queen. So if this doesn't grow up into a big strong hive, that's okay. We're just biding our time in case we lose a queen, have a queenless hive. We got us a queen here, if she goes out and mates and comes back. So I do have 1 gallon left that I mixed up a couple nights ago before I do use my 5 gallon tank. I'm gonna fill this halfway. They don't need a whole gallon. There ain't that many bees in there. So we'll put our standard nuke lid back on. We don't need this feeder lid. I need to get those bees off of there. And on these, I always got to make sure they're not too warped and there's not a big gap. This one is one of the better fits. I'll put this on there just for good measure. Okay, we got us a nice little banked queen here. Hopefully she'll mate and make it back okay and start laying, so she'll be a nice viable queen. It's always good to have an extra queen. They're good resources, so we'll just keep her in this nuke. If we never need her, we'll just keep building this up as they grow. It might get into a single deep and we'll overwinter it as a single. If we don't have an Arctic blast again, we'll try that. But that's what we do. Queens are good resources. It's good to have extras. So these wildflower meadow queens may not take in 1 or 2 of those. I have 3 known queenless hives right now. Number 1, number 6, and number 10. So all of those pulled artificial swarms out, and so they wouldn't swarm, and I made them queenless, and they were making queens from swarm cells. So that's the case on 6 and 10. I think 1 may have already swarmed, and they were requeening from swarm cells. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Give me a thumbs up. And man, this hive is sending the guards out after me. I am in trouble. So subscribe on your way out, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.